Well, today, the Justice Department said Trump did not violate campaign finance laws in his conversation with Zelensky. The DOJ also announced the administration did not break the law by failing to immediately share a whistleblower's complaint with Congress, which Congress received at 4 p.m. this afternoon. Now, the whistleblower claimed that Trump threatened to withhold hundreds of millions of dollars in military aid from Ukraine if the country did not act on the Biden investigation. That is according to the release transcript, but that never happened. So that's not in the transcript. And joining us today is former Republican Congressman Bob Barr. He was one of the House managers during President Clinton's impeachment trial. He's also a former federal prosecutor, and he worked for the CIA as well. So he's a great person to talk to about this whole situation. Congressman Barr, great to see you.
Great to be with you. There's a lot of levels and a lot of complexities here to unravel.
It is detailed indeed. Now, here's President Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, reacting to the claim that Trump actually threatened to withhold this military aid from Ukraine.
When you read the conversation, there's no mention of $250 million.
You read it?
There's no mention of military aid. There's no quid pro quo.
This is the transcript?
Quote the president of the Ukraine. The only one who's significant here. If anybody was pressured, the only one who could be pressured is the president of the Ukraine, not Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler.
So can I just back up?
The president of the Ukraine says, I wasn't pressured. End of case.
I know.
Over.
So, Bob, does this prove the transcript we have today? Does it prove that there was a rush to judgment by Democrats?
It proves that the Democrats are continuing with their lack of any sort of coherent strategy whatsoever. You know, they're taking everything that Trump says, anything that Trump does, they're throwing it up on the wall to see what sticks. They're going about this all the wrong way. And it's gotten to the point, I think, where people will look at what the Democrats are doing and listen to what the Democrats are saying and conclude, we've heard them cry wolf from the old Aesop fable. We've heard them cry wolf so many times, we're not even going to listen to them anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's the mindset that a lot of Americans have right now, is they're waiting for that smoking gun. If the president did anything wrong, that's ground for impeachment. It doesn't appear to be in the transcript of this call. Meanwhile, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff still believes the phone call is grounds for impeachment. Here's his take.
What has been admitted and now what we see in writing is about as damning as you can imagine. Like any mafia boss, the president didn't need to say, that's a nice country you have. It'd be a shame if something happened to it, because that was clear from the conversation. There is no quid pro quo necessary to betray your country or your oath of office.
Now, Bob, I think the problem for Schiff and Democrats is you could play this soundbite basically back during the height of the Russia investigation, and nobody would think it's different than what we're hearing today. I mean, like you said, this is, or appears, we don't know yet, but it appears just like Democrats crying wolf again.
There, not only is there no quid pro quo, there's no quid, there's no pro, there's nothing here. And that apparently is the decision that both the Director of National Intelligence and the Attorney General of the United States came to when they looked at this so-called whistleblower. They said there's nothing here. The Whistleblower Act for the intelligence community has to do with intelligence matters, foreign intelligence matters, and there is nothing remotely touching on foreign intelligence, national intelligence, or national security in this conversation. If anything at all, the Democrats ought to be thanking President Trump for doing what they have said needed to be done, and that is he is going to the source of at least some of the foreign interference in the 2016 election and asking them to clean up their act to make sure that we don't see that again. And yet, what is the thanks that President Trump gets from the Democrats for going to the president of the Ukraine and saying, clean up this mess? He gets a threat of impeachment. The guy just can't win.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing news channel, now in 65 million homes. Get Newsmax TV on all the major cable systems, or go to NewsmaxTV.com and click on the Find Newsmax tab to locate us. Remember, Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.